Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Bruce.
I'm Megan.
And today's adventure brings us to Linville Caverns in Linville, North Carolina.
Are we still in Linville?
I think technically it's Marion, but
honestly, I'm not sure. Anyway, we're here. You should check it out. It's Western North Carolina.
Yep. So join us on this adventure. Are you excited?
I am. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
In this first room, there'll be an orange cone on the right, right about there. Yeah, do watch out for this kind of crinkle every time. Not every time it fixes, that's always bad. But in the early 40s.
I got dripped on already. Told you it was gonna be super wet in here today. Look at the trout. He's huge.
I see him.
Oh, I didn't know if you saw him. My bad.
In this cavern, we have 3 separate layers. Right now, we're standing on the middle layer. We have a layer below us, completely underwater, and there's also a layer above us. If you guys are stuck on either end, you're more than welcome to come up in the front so that see this room for yourselves. But this room is called the ballroom. It has a completely natural but unusually smooth floor up there. It's pretty tall, pretty wide. All the floor into that room is really, really thin. It's only reaching about 1 inch thick in most places. Pretty unsafe to go up there for you guys. You fall through it pretty fast. And that is just the first reason as to why that room is off limits. There is a second reason. And that's because this cavern has a very fierce protector. If this fellow will not let any of us go up there, they won't even let us fix the lights to that room anymore. If you guys do want to get a view of our vicious protector, I can show them to you, but I'm going to let this group get by us real quick first to make sure to get out of here safely. So once again, we're on that side, they'll go past on this side. And now for those of you that wanted to see our fierce protector, you can see the alligator hanging out with us right up here. You guys are more than welcome to scooch up here to see it, but you're going to see the teeth, the nose, and his whole head right up there for your view and eyes. It'll look a whole lot like an alligator in this cavern. Now, as we're coming in, I do want to ask if anyone here is a fan of creepy, crawly type of stuff. Nope. That's a pretty solid no. Okay, well, okay, at least one. Awesome. This place is bound to get creepy crawlies. I can include centipedes, millipedes, cave crickets, and spiders, and we also get bats. Now, we can't get 2 types of bats in this place because the brown bat or the tricolored bats, and they're also pretty tiny. Now, our bats won't be any bigger than the size of the pinkies we got, so only about 2 inches big for their little bodies, with wingspans that should be about 5 to 7 inches. Now, it is in this cavern and many other caverns and caves, those same bats can get white nose syndrome. And that is a fungus that grow on their noses when they hibernate. It will cause them to wake up in the middle of winter, use their only energy to clean that fungus off. They then will be leaving this cavern to try and find a food source, but it is way too cold and way too hard to find that food. In most cases, they freeze or starve. And that has been very dangerous for the bat population. There used to be dozens in this area. A survey done a month ago said we only had 5 bats for the winter, so it has been decreasing a lot. The only thing we can do to help save our bat friends are to step on the bat mat once we leave. So I spray this mat down with 10% bleach and 90% water. That's going to clean our shoes to make sure we don't track any white nose syndrome out of this place with us. Yes?
You're saying, what did they say, only 5 bats?
Only 5 was recorded in a survey. It was a month and a half ago or close to a month ago.
Wow.
So it's been going down a lot lately. Some people have been estimating in the next 15 years certain bats can be going extinct. And they're really important for most of the things in our world, so that's a very scary thing to think about.
So people can't catch them.
No, none of us, no dogs, cats, anything else. It's just to the bats. It spread over to the United States in 2006, I believe. It spread from someone coming to Europe, and they had it on them, and it just went wild. This room does have a few other things that are bat related, but more of a happy note. You can look up behind you. You can move around to see it better, but you're going to notice the bat statue. Notice that a wing on one side, a wing on the other, and a bit of a head up there too. It's going to look a bit like a bat flying up there. Our bat statue is made of dripstone. You're probably noticing some water driblets holding tight and dripping off of that thing. It is jam-packed full of minerals. And it keeps the entire place growing, causing all those lines to form across it. But I can actually show you one last bat in here with us. I'll look right up here. Only the Walmart bat. He may not be real, but that spider that is up there with him is very real.
And it can stick there.
You don't want to hang out with the spider?
I don't like 8-legged creatures.
She must be real.
Wow, look how smooth that table is. That's crazy.
I want you all to get in here and see this if they get it. Now this room has a ton of the cavern's history to it. It was that during the American Civil War, there were deserters hidden out inside this place. We're not too sure how many there were, but they were from both sides of it, the Union and the Confederate. With this, we would have had their fireplace. It's pretty cold and pretty dark in here. That fire was needed not only to see where they were going, and to give them a bit of warmth. Now, I am sure some of you at some point in your life have seen a campfire before. The other place had a ton of smoke to it. And that smoke has a hard time escaping in places like this. You can take a look on our ceiling above most of your heads. Oh, there we go, a few hits. You can notice there is some gray ash to that ceiling. Now that is the smoke damage that is still inside this place. Now it would cause fissures in the rocks above us, like stringy tiny cracks, letting that smoke seep upwards, and it reached the very top of this mountain. Now because that smoke was able to escape, it was seen by many who freaked out and told the authorities this place was on fire. They're kind of wrong about that, but they did get the police to come in here and check it out for themselves. Those deserters were found by this fireplace, where they got arrested and also charged with treason. Very heavy charge to catch. We don't know what happened after that point. We can assume some stuff, but that fireplace was left behind down here. Now we are leaving the very widest room to go into the tallest, where it's 23 feet tall.
Looks like stacked rock.
Yeah.
Now do you want to guys stand and do stuff in a very solid kind of notch?
It is.
Yeah, it's pretty tricky up here. So if you don't
Stacked
understand
rock.
it, you can't really adjust.
That took somebody a lot of time.
A rock. Actually, it's called a wedding hill. They got one second, okay? Now, I want you guys to get comfortable standing somewhere, and when you do, you can take a look at the ceiling above us. Now, above our heads are things that we call stalactites. Stalactites, they hold tight to our ceiling. They form downwards, and they aren't supposed to be pointier. But these have more of a flat bottom to it, and that was caused by a flood in here way back in the 1940s. That flood was large enough to reach up and damage those stalactites because it was caused by a hurricane. There was weeks of rain in this area, allowing that buildup and a ton of damage down here. So any more stalactites you see, if they have that flat bottom instead of pointy, it's probably damage from that flood. And that is also the reason for the man-made walls we'll keep seeing. All the way through there and up here too is a man-made wall for our protection. That was to block off damaged areas, and if debris was to start falling down after that, in those next years after that, that was to stop it, keep it out of these areas.
Yeah, it's not. Thank goodness, let me bow. Yeah.
Would you find a little hole that we can look through?
Yep.
Oh, check that out. That's cool.
And this room is absolutely either wait out here or make sure you are the very last ones to go back there. Then you'll have a chance to leave to get too uncomfortable. I also recommend putting away phones, wallets, and keys. If you drop any of that stuff back there in that metal grate, I cannot get it back.
Oh, that's cool.
Now you can see that they don't want to be very close to it. Yeah.
You pack like sardines back there for me, just make sure we all can get back here together. Pull up that wallet tight, just in case.
We're pretty much at the end.
As far as we can go? Okay, just making sure. Now, this is the only room you guys are able to touch stuff around you. If you want to see what that slimy looking stuff feels like, you can touch away. That's going to stop it from growing any tighter in this section. Now, not everyone is on the grate because we are a pretty large group, but this room also leads to the bottomless pool. Now, we call our pool bottomless because we have no idea how deep it goes. It was way back in the 1930s. A 250-foot weighted cable was set into that water where it never reached the bottom. Now, divers have tried going down there since. However, the walls are way too narrow. They made it about 15 to 20 feet before turning right back around and having to head back up here. Do get out any last touching feelings you want to in this section, because once you guys are done with that, we make an entire U-turn to get out of this little section. If you guys ever see anything in the gift shop made of carnelian, it is not from this cavern. We are a federally protected cavern, meaning none of these stones can be taken out of here. Not to mention, carnelian is not truly worth the hassle. If you find a piece of it that's about the size of a dime, it's probably worth roughly 75 cents. Not really worth taking out of a place, but make sure you check out that beautiful semi-precious gemstone.
Huh?
Just watch out for those precious heads moving under it.
That's awesome.
As long as we all can get in here together, see all this green that's around me. As any kids come in, they can stand in front of their adults for this section too. And can you guys see this around the corner? I can also have, if you're short, I have a hole right here so I'm going to stand in if you want to. What is? Well, I'm about to tell you actually. Now, this is called the Guess What Rock. And it's because whatever you think it looks like, you're going to be right. Do you have a guess of what it looks like? You have an idea? Okay, a cactus. I like the cactus.
Octopus?
Octopus. Teeth? You might need to brush your teeth, but yeah. Now, that is the very largest stalactite we have around us. It is much bigger than the ones we've seen way before. It's a little less broken too. It's a bit pointy. It also has a ton of the kind of green to it. All the green we're seeing around us is moss and algae. And we have a ton of these lights added into this place, allowing that green to grow and flourish in this cavern without harming most of our formations. These are currently being dripped on by our next beautiful green formation. It's called the Frozen Niagara. It does look like a major waterfall. It will drench you like one. And this stuff is made of a calcium carbonated mineral. Now, it does take an extremely long time for stuff to grow in here. As geologists say, it should take roughly 125 years just to grow a cubic inch.
Wow.
So we're probably not going to see changes in any time of our lifetimes. Now, watch out coming past this Frozen Niagara just in case. And make sure you watch your heads to the lower part.
Kate, I mean, is he actually dating this?
Watch out here.
I mean, as far as the dating of how old it might be?
Call this the headache song.
I'm going to find that first. Have you done it yet? I have not. Making sure. watch your step heading up here. And I can have the first few line up here with me, the rest one person to each stair, because some of you are comfortable and safe to stand for a short period of time. Alrighty.
Alright, is this everyone?
That is everyone, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
Sorry.
Alright, so hey guys, I'll be taking over for this part of the tour, and this is where I'll demonstrate total darkness. This is a complete absence of light. And there are only two places in the world where you can experience this. One is inside of caverns like we are right now, and the other is at the bottom of the ocean called the abyss. So y'all chose the easier option. In 3 to 6 months of being in total darkness, you become permanently blind, but psychologists say that you don't have to worry about this. Because in 2 to 4 weeks, you would go clinically insane or cave crazy, so you'd be seeing all kinds of things by the time you couldn't see anything. So when the lights are out, make sure y'all stay real still. You won't be able to see the rock around you. If you have anything that glows like a phone, watch, glowing personality, go ahead and turn that off or cover it up so that we can get the full effect. And you might want to go ahead and grab someone you came with. If you get scared when the lights are out and you grab the wrong person, that would be really awkward. Alright, so everyone stay where you are. I'm going to come through here and I'm going to flip off this switch right behind you. Alright, so you can all find something around you to look at. So now you can see. Now you can see, and now you can't. Okay, so if there's a phone or something glowing, make sure everything's cut off. We don't want any light at all. All right. So if you want, you can put your hand in front of your face. You shouldn't be able to see anything at all. All right, I'm about to turn the lights back on. If you're doing anything weird or embarrassing, now's the time to stop. 3, 2, 1. Just kidding, all good. Alright, so hydrants are going back under those low archways, watch out. You can follow me, and I'm going to turn this light back on.
And thank you. And then we're going to scoot a little bit further into this room. It's narrow. Keep those hands to yourselves. Alrighty. Now, if you are in the very back of this section, you can't really see stuff yet. That's totally fine. You'll be able to see it once you come through this section. Now, if you are near the middle section and you're facing my direction, you'll see a shell sticking out near your left, right back there. But if you are close to me, you'll see another shell sticking out on your right. Now, on those shells, you may see what looks like some ground beef on it. If you see some kind of ground beef texture around us, that is cave coral. Now, it does get that effect from all that water I've been mentioning. It splatters as it hits shelves like these, and spread those kind of gravity chunks around to form. If you check out the last shell that's up here with us, you'll see a light source checked directly under it. And you'll see a bit more of that green growing, that moss. That is directly affecting the ground beef in that area and stopping it from growing. So we try and leave the lights off for this room when we can. So just check out any of the ground beef you see around us. A big little shell sticking out to the left as well as you head down these stairs. Just watch your step. Now we're at the farthest back in the cavern we can go, about 700 feet. And it goes about 650 feet further back there. Now way back in the day, Thomas Edison actually sent explorers into this cavern hoping to find platinum for the incandescent light bulb. Now we have no platinum in this cavern because explorers went very far back there in 42-degree water that also got up to waist deep. It would not have been fun to not find what you were looking for. But they did do something before they left. They signed a rock. And this rock is at the very back of this cavern, so we can't see it now. But if you want to check that rock out, there's a photo on the gift shop of the exit door of the gift shop. Now, it is signed by William E. Hidden. If you guys have heard of the stone Hiddenite, that stone is named after that guy. He just did not find it in this cavern.
He did not know if the mom was named after this guy.
Now we know in our darkness, we're kind of skipping through that room that was right there. Now, how many of you can say that you have stood under a fault line before? Even if you can't say it before, you can't say you've done it now, because we're right under a branch of the Brevard fault line. And this does run through the entire length of this cavern, although we cannot see it the entire way. If you guys don't know, fault lines are known for causing those earthquakes, shakes, and rumbles, but ours has been completely not active for about 100 years or more so now. So we are perfectly safe to be in here. If you do feel any rumbles or shakes though, please let me know and we'll hurry out of here. And just right up here, we're going back to stay when we came, please watch your head.
Reminds me of a scene out of Aliens.
Yeah. Yes. That.
Okay, so we're trying to make room for and then we're going to go on through. If I can actually have you go to the other side of the wall, that might make it more space. Yes. Thank you so much. All right. All right. Now, Mike, you're going to squeeze past the group. Please stay with me as we squeeze past this group and watch your heads going under the rocks ahead of them. Thank you, guys. Move back about a week and a half and find our answer.
Y'all having fun? Awesome. You know, you're having fun.
Another one in Tennessee we gotta go to, get on a boat. 4 hours from here. 2 hours.
Look, it's a creepy crawly.
Huh?
There's a spider in that light.
Oh. Ooh.
One of your friends.
You.
Hey, we smart, we brought our movies in.
What'd you think?
That was really cool.
Right?
I like seeing all the natural formations, stalactites,
Yep.
different stalagmites.
I always had them backwards.
I always get them backwards, but yeah, that was pretty neat. And it's the closest I'll ever get to spelunking.
Yes. I watched some of these guys doing spelunking, and it terrifies me.
Yeah, no, I can handle that too much more.
Loop around to the exit.
All right, guys. So that was our adventure inside the cavern. So what'd you think?
So it was pretty neat. I was a little sad there was no bats to see because I love the sky puppies. But anyway, it was really cool. I got peed on by a cave.
Yes. A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
But it is really cool to see the natural formations
Yeah.
and like how all the water dripping and the minerals have formed over time.
Yeah, the frozen Niagara Falls was
That was
really, really
so cool. I wish we had gotten to look down into the grate,
Yeah.
but there was too many people in front of us, so I could only see like a tiny little glimpse of it.
Yeah, and in the video, you should have been able to see the grate at the end. Yeah. It's really cool when you get back in there, but like she said, we had a really big group.
And it's surprisingly spacious. You can't touch any of the walls.
Except for in that one room where you're
there is one
walking
room where
on
you
the-
can touch the walls. So it's very like I kept my hands in my pockets the whole time because I didn't want to mess up anything.
Yeah. It is sad though to hear that the bats are being affected by the white
White nose.
nose.
So yeah, bats are nocturnal pollinators, so we need them for our environment. And it's sad that they're being affected by it.
Yeah, because last time I was here, it seems like I remember seeing a lot of bats.
Last time I was here, I was like really little, and I don't remember anything about it except standing in line.
Well, I'm glad I got to bring you back and you got to see it in person.
This is
and
fun.
as an older person, so you'll
Yeah,
remember more of it.
And see, we should do it again in like 20 years when I don't remember it again.
I'll be honest with you. It's been less than 20 years since I've done it last, and I don't remember that much about it.
Yeah, honestly, like it's been like probably 24 years or more.
So they do have a gift shop. I'll add a few clips of that into the video as well. It's kind of on the smaller side.
Yeah, not a whole lot of cavern merchandise, but it's still pretty cute.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming along on this adventure with us. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead, subscribe. You never know where we're going to take you next. Turn on your notification bell so you get notifications when we do uploads and when we do live streams. Give this video a thumbs up. If you've ever been here, leave us a comment. Tell us what you thought about the cavern. If not, if you've been to another cavern and you think we should go, leave us a comment and tell us where we should go next. Because I think this is something that I could see us doing a bunch of.
Yeah, I liked this.
So, all right,
Journey
guys.
to the center of the earth.
Right. But, all right, guys, until we see you on the next adventure, bye, everybody.
Bye.